So the third strategic priority that we encourage our churches to align themselves around if they want to reach unchurched people is to prioritise kids and youth. Prioritise kids and youth. We say that if we as church leaders saw this generation of young people as the next generation of church leaders, then why would we not invest heavily in them? And here's the thinking in my mind. Parents drag their kids to school 5 days a week. I mean, right now we're dragging them probably around the kitchen table to listen to Zoom calls with their teacher. But in a normal world, we're dragging them to school 5 days a week. We're getting them out of bed, trying to get food down them. Off to school again, that kind of thing. And they can't wait for the holidays when they can get a break from it. Wouldn't it be amazing if on the weekends, if on a Sunday, your church kids ministry and youth ministry was so sticky and so electric and so prioritized and so well resourced that the kids were dragging the parents to church? The parents say, we're going to go see Granny this weekend. And the kids go, no. Can we make sure we're back on Sunday morning? Because I don't want to miss, they're going to gunk the leader or we're going to do this great thing. And I don't want to miss out. I think if we have to prioritize, why else would families come to church if you're not giving a high priority to what you do with kids and youth? I've been to churches before when my kids were much younger. I've got 3 boys. They're all big lads grown up now, but when they were kids, and I would take them out to kids church in these churches, and you'd walk into a room, nothing was laid out, you weren't sure who the leader was, no one had a t-shirt or a lanyard, you didn't sign anybody in or out, the back door was open and the kids could run anywhere, and you'd go back into the main church thinking, is he safe out there? I'm just not sure. Doesn't feel very professional, and it doesn't make you want to come back. I took, we're linked as an organisation with North Point Community Church in Atlanta. They've been so supportive of us setting this network up and helping provide resources for us. It's been great. And I took a bunch of kids workers out to Atlanta to see what they did with their kids. They call it Wonderland, which is a really odd name. But honestly, Rachel, I know you've seen it. It's like going to Disneyland, isn't it? It's wild. I mean, the corridors have got characters jumping out of the walls. It's just mad. It's incredible. And when we did the little tour around Wonderland, I said to these British kids workers afterwards, so what can you take away from that to put into your churches? And they said, well, nothing. We haven't got that kind of budget. We can't do that kind of thing. We meet in a leisure centre or a cinema. We can't do that kind of thing. I said, whoa, hang on a minute. I've been to some of your churches. I've seen, in one church in particular, I saw there was an old lady that used to sign kids in one of these churches, and she would make them line up like they were in prison against a wall in silence. And she would sit behind a desk and tick their names off and say, quietly, in you go. And I said, what did you experience here? And they said, well, there were 6 people with yellow T-shirts and big smiles and buckets of sweets and candy, and they were throwing their arms up in the air and giving us candy and asking us if it was their birthday, because if it was your birthday you could put a card in the birthday tree and you'd get a surprise. And that doesn't cost any dollars. That's a change in mindset. So the fourth priority that our churches align themselves around is this idea of gaining, training and retaining volunteers.